Hey everybody, I'm Jason Bent and welcome to another 5-Minute Friday where I spend 5-ish minutes talking about some of the most common things that I'm asked on a daily basis. Today's topic is going to be something that somebody reminded me of doing here in the past couple of days, and I'm really glad that they did, and that is how you can maximize your profit by establishing business accounts, or otherwise known as trade partner discounts, with some of the companies that you're getting your supplies from. So let's go ahead and put 5 minutes on the clock and I'll go ahead and start breaking it down. So when I first started doing all of the woodworking for business and selling pieces to clients and all of that, right? I did have a registered business. I decided one day I'm gonna do this as a business because I'm starting to make enough money to really raise some red flags. So I registered my business and then I continued building client furniture. And the way that I would traditionally do it in the beginning is if I got a request to build, let's say, a dining room table, I would then go online to Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever local wood distributor, hardware shop, wherever I knew I was going to get the materials for this project from, and I would start calculating the prices. So what I was doing is I was kind of just going down a list, writing down all the prices of each one of the things that I needed. I would add all of that up, and then that was my material cost that I gave the client. So essentially whatever the cost in the store was is what I was charging the client. And then of course I would add my labor and everything else onto that, and that would give me the estimate, and I would send it to them and they'd say yes or no. Well, then one day I got a request for a project that was going to require me to outsource something, which is going to be another topic for these 5-Minute Fridays, just so you know. But it required me to outsource some table legs because I did not have a lathe. I was not interested in trying to turn my own legs. And so I immediately jumped online and found a store that sold what I needed. So I called them to order this product, and they immediately asked me, what account is this under? And I was taken back because I'm like, oh, I don't have an account. I just need these legs. And they were like, well, do you have a business? I said, yes. And they said, well, let me get your EIN and we'll go ahead and establish you a business account. So my question to them was, what does establishing a business account do for me? And they very quickly responded with, well, we're able to sell it to you at basically wholesale pricing because we are a distributor of these products and we sell to retailers. It turns out it was a 28% discount from what the retail price on their website was. So what did that mean for me? Well, that meant that I'm now able to get a material for this project at a much lower rate, but make no mistake, the client is still paying the retail amount. So now let's just give you an example. Instead of paying $400 for a set of table legs, I'm only paying $300 because I am the person that's purchasing it for the build, and I am now reselling it to the customer. So that was when a light bulb went off, and I immediately started thinking, who else can I contact to get the materials that I need for my projects at a lower rate, therefore maximizing the profit that I'm going to be making? Well, guess what I found out? There are a lot of businesses and companies that provide these sort of accounts to businesses that have EINs. So now every opportunity that I have to establish a business account with a retailer, you better believe that I'm doing it because I was able to bring the material cost down on my end, but it didn't change the material cost for the client. Now, some of you guys might be saying, well, that's not right, that's dishonest, and I would completely disagree with you because every single company does that. If you think that Home Depot is paying the $60 they're charging you for the sheet of plywood that they're selling you, you are sadly mistaken. They are getting it at a trade partner or a business wholesale cost, and then they are selling it for the retail cost. So it should be no different for you in your business. So I would urge you all, if you have a registered business, and I can't speak on whether or not these companies will do it for those that do not have an EIN, maybe somebody can write that down in the comments section below, maybe what your experience is, but call some of these providers that you're getting your materials from and start asking these questions and take advantage of the fact that you do have a business. There's another benefit to this as well though. Let's say that you have friends and family that want you to build them something, and obviously maybe you don't want to charge them an astronomical amount, or maybe they don't have a lot of money to spend and you agreed to do the project anyways. Having the ability to get materials at a less expensive cost may help in those situations. What I am not encouraging anybody to do is now utilize this to basically have the cheapest items out on the market to sell because you're still not going to make any money. Obviously, if you've started a business, one of the things that you're trying to do is be profitable. And so this is just another way that you can increase those profits and actually probably open up the amount of different materials that you're able to acquire. So for those of you that did not know that you could actually call some of these companies and ask that question and establish accounts, and get things at a lower rate, definitely start calling around and asking those questions, because it is going to save you money on materials and it is going to result in a larger profit for you. Before I let you guys go, I'm going to give you one more example that is a recent example for me. I was in a bind and I had to purchase a set of Bloom undermount drawer slides from a large retailer. And that large retailer, I paid $41 or $42 a set for those drawer slides. I was in a pinch, I needed them at that moment. What did I do? I started researching and trying to find a company that I might be able to establish some sort of business account with, and I found one, which happens to have one in my local area, and now I'm paying $20, $19, $20 for the exact same set of drawer slides. So that's another benefit is, you might go to some of these retailers and they're charging X amount of dollars for something that you need, even if it's for your own project, if it's for things for your own house. But by establishing that account with that other company, now I'm able to get it at half the cost of what the retailer is selling it for. The reason I wanted to talk about that example is because it takes something that may be out of your reach and maybe too much for you, or you can't justify spending the cost for a project that you're doing for yourself, and brings it to something where you have no problems doing it. That's how big of a difference that could make. And so for me, I went from, holy cow, I don't want to use this product, to this is not that much more expensive than what I'm paying for side mount drawer slides. So anyways, I wanted to share that other example with you guys and let you know the benefits that come with that. That's going to do it for this week's 5-Minute Friday. Hopefully you guys found that information helpful. Again, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all the recommendations, including this topic that I've been getting on Instagram and here on YouTube. And if you guys have anything that you want to recommend, as always, please leave it down in the comments section below, or send me a message over on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, go over there, check me out at Bessey Woodworking. You'll get to see what I'm doing on a daily basis. I'm much more active on a daily basis over there. That's gonna do it for me. As always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, get out in the shop, try something new, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.